Hey cuties, what's up? We are back with some more reactions after dark. We of course are going to be watching We Did Stuff in the Graveyard, and it took a deadly turn, obviously by Stephanie Sue. This is what you see as confessions number 8. Apparently there's going to be pink sauce in this video. It's like, I don't know why they still eating that stuff. Allegedly it's gross, so I don't know why they're eating it again. Oof. But yeah, we are back with another rad video after the last one, because we did one yesterday. We're doing a bonus one because we have a hater segment today. Now, before we even get to that, I'm probably going to be talking, just yapping for a few minutes here because I have multiple subjects to go over. So, again, if you want to just don't care about any of that, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's already skipped the beginning and just went straight to the rest of the reaction, but I feel like me just talking about stuff at the beginning of the videos or wherever is part of the channel. That's just what we do here. So, as usual, you know, wee woo, we have a hater detected. I want to make like a video, like an intro for the hater segment that's like that SpongeBob episode. I mean, if you didn't really couldn't tell already because I'm doing the wee woo thing. You know, where Patrick is staring at SpongeBob in the distance, but he thinks he's some sort of like, I forget, it's like a criminal or like a bad guy or a killer or something, and he thinks SpongeBob is that, and he's like, you know, wee woo. What you call it? And he's like, what does he say specifically? He's just standing there menacingly, something like that. I want to make like a mock-up of that, but just maybe with me, like this model, the B-Lock model as Patrick, and then who knows what the person in the distance will be. Maybe just like someone wearing a shirt that says like #1 hater or something. I don't know. That's something I'll have to think about. Anyways, our hater comment today is pretty simple. It is as this most simplest hate comment I've gotten before. It's a recent one, and it's just, you're honestly a loser. It doesn't get any short or sweeter than that. Again, pretty low effort. You used your, like, you are instead of your, like proper spelling. Didn't use any punctuation here. You know, as low effort as possible. Maybe they were doing this on the phone, but I don't think using a phone is an excuse to use shorthand or lack punctuation. Like, what rush are you in? Like, you were in such a rush to call me a loser, right? But yeah, as usual, picture's cut off. Name is erased as well, just so nobody bothers this person. Because we're just using this for content. We're not just to laugh at it, not really be mean to them, even if they're being mean to me. But yeah, it's not much really to say about this, other than it's just as low bar as it gets. Like, maybe, like, I'm not convinced this wasn't just a hate comment, just to get into the hate segment of this video, since I think the video this comment is on had a hater segment. And, you know, I usually say, I don't know if I said then, or I probably have said before, you know, leave a hate comment so you can show up in the videos. So I'm not convinced that this isn't an industry plant, ? And they only said that just to be on the video. And maybe they don't even mean it. But yeah, that is that. Though, I don't know how late this video is going to go up today. It's 6:40 my time. So we have an hour and 20 minutes to record and then upload. Uploading the video is like 1 second, right? Because we have fiber now. But it's up to YouTube how long it processes and how long I end up talking and whatnot in this video. Because this video probably will be around an hour long. Could be longer than that, which is why this video probably won't make it in time. My Ring Fit videos were late. My Ring Fit and Duolingo were late today because we had to do stuff IRL, like important stuff, which is annoying because we had something important to do. Someone interjected into that to take us there, ? And because they're usually kind of fashionably late, we'll say, they got stuck in traffic on top of usually just coming last second anyways, and that's kind of messed us over, and we couldn't make it to the thing that we needed to do. So we just ended up going to Target. So that was kind of like, oof. So we were like, let's just go Target, because, you know, I was all dolled up, as they say. So I didn't want to, like, really, we're not going to do anything if I'm, like, dressed up usually. So there's a few things to talk about today, I'm just, like, talking about my day now. If you don't care about what happened today, that's, again, you could just skip this part. Which I was wearing what I'm going to refer to as the Casino Devil outfits. That's just what I'm calling it, because I think that sounds cool. Though, again, if you watched yesterday's video, I'm not beating the satanists allegations. Again, I'm not a satanist, but the outfit's called the Casino Devil. Not necessarily like Chainsaw Man, but if you want to believe it's like some sort of Chainsaw Man thing, go ahead. But yeah, it's like the Casino Devil outfit. It was only because of that, because I had a beanie that has like devil horns on it, but I don't wear that with the outfit, even though it was part of the original design of what I wanted to wear. Anyways, when I was at the bus stop, a car passed by and was like honked at me. So is that like cat calling? Can you call it? I got honk called while waiting at the bus stop. That was pretty funny, I guess. I'm assuming that's what that was, because like, why would someone just like, as they're driving by, like spam honk at me? At us, and I'm assuming specifically me. I'm assuming. What else? When I was actually in there, I think I looked too many times in the direction of quote unquote a cute girl, and she said hello, sir, and I think I don't remember exactly what she said, like hello, sir, and I waved, and I think she might have said, oh, hope you're having a good day or something. I don't remember what she said. She might not even said that, but she just like acknowledged my presence and said hello, sir. And she was like someone who worked there, but she wasn't like calling me to her or like trying to sell me anything. She just like looked at me and said hello and waved and whatnot. I was like, oh, okay. And then as I was coming home, the old lady was like, I like your hair, I love your hair, which I think she said that before, like multiple times. Again, the hair is just every time, which I actually had it out. I wasn't wearing a hat. I usually have a hat, but hat with the hair going out, a ponytail out the back of it. But today I had it just out and combed to the right side. So yeah, I guess today was just, everybody was trying to get my attention. So hopefully no one got jealous. No one listening to this is jealous of, the car, the quote-unquote cute girl, and the old lady complimenting me / I don't know if the girl was flirting or not, or just being nice. I don't know. Again, I think I might have just looked too many times in her direction while I was waiting for something. And then she was like, oh, he must be like looking at me. Let me just talk to him for a split second. Like, she was a ways away too. She was like, I don't know, 15, 20 feet away from me. Anyways, this goes to the third topic, which is this goes out to Co. 1488, right? This is the last numbers. Yeah, 1488. Which again, still haven't told me how to pronounce that, so we're just going to call you Co still, or Koe. The Koe is cute, right? So Koe, this goes out for you. Since I was at Target, like I was saying, at Target, I made sure, since we were there, to grab this. Now, I'm assuming this is still the Shin brand. I think this is the original Shin. The Shin Gold is like a modified version of this brand. This is all they had. Like, if there was a section of Shin Golds, there was this one and another one, and that's it. There's 2 Shin branded items. Everything else, like the boxes they were in, empty. Everything to the side of them, empty. So I don't know if these things are just that good that they're just sold out, because there was literally 2 packets of this at Target. Like, literally. And I got one of them. Because this was like $2+. Like, Jesus Christ. This was like $2.30. Like, Jesus Christ. I was not expecting it to be so expensive. So I might try that tomorrow with a broccoli, and with what you were saying, right? Cut some sausage up in the pan, cook it not in the pan, in the bowl, or not the bowl. Why am I saying bowl? In the pot, and then leave the juices in there, put the ramen in there, all the other stuff, spices, what have you. I would have put spices in it anyways, but like garlic, onion, black pepper, maybe even some cayenne pepper. Because I usually would just dump cayenne on everything for a while, just to make things spicy. And then like, yeah, we'll just see where that goes. I don't know what else I'll add to that. If anything, I'll have to go back and see what you were saying, but yeah, I have a singular pack of this Shin branded ramen. Well, I think it's just Shin ramen, right? And then the modified version is Shin Gold. Yeah, that is my 11 minutes of yap. I wasn't expecting that to go so long, you know, the hater segment, me talking about my day, and then getting the ramen. But yeah, I'll update everybody, or specifically you, Koei, on the ramen situation tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. But now we can finally get into the video, after we just basically had like a semi-vlog section of this video. Should I do that, just like record? If I had Ray-Bans with cameras in them, I would easily just put a vlog section in these videos. Like, oh yeah, here's where I was today, and then just have video footage of what was happening that day and whatnot. Though, don't have any. Because I'm not going to go around with my phone or a camcorder and record the day or anything like that, right?
What is this? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is going on? But as usual, we're just going to skip right to it. Alright, so we are starting at 6:30. 6:30. 6 minutes and 30 seconds in, so not too long. Also, she had an ad, but it was an ad for an adult product, so did Lilo go check out her Lilo stuff? I was like, oh my god, what the heck? I was not expecting her to do a spicy extracurricular ad. I was not expecting that. I completely forgot what I was saying. I had to like leave for like a minute there for a second, so I'm back. And again, this pink sauce, like, why the pink sauce? They've drizzled it over here as well. I didn't see what their opinion was this time around, because they've eaten it before. This might be the very first time they've had pink sauce, and then the other time we saw them have pink sauce was after this point, because this was 3 years ago. So who knows if this is their first time eating it. Oh yeah, and I didn't talk about the freaking title of this video. We did stuff in the graveyard, and it took a deadly turn. What do you mean? I think it might even be the first story, I'm not sure. But that just... I don't even know what that could possibly mean. Did stuff in the graveyard, and what, y'all got dirt in places it shouldn't be, and the dirt had chemicals in it, or something, maybe some rot. The rot got in your body, and then like it rotted you and made you necrotic, or made someone else necrotic because you're obviously telling the story, and they died from necrosis. Like, I don't know what that could even mean, other than some psychotic story like that.
So we're doing confessions. I love doing confessions with dinner because it's so much fun. So I'm gonna be reading your juicy, disgusting, nasty confessions. Okay, let's get to what the. I had sex in the graveyard.
Yep, see, that's what I thought. Because I thought I might have like caught a whiff of them talking about the graveyard already. But yep, that was it. So we're starting with the main story already.
But it gets worse.
What? I like these titles that people write.
Yeah.
No, I wonder what.
I was gonna say, they haven't really eaten that much food, so here they are, just eating before, like during the story. I was trying to like, skip past it, but they actually are talking about the graveyard stuff.
No, I wonder what made them do it.
In the graveyard?
Yeah, but there's only one reason. Why?
Corn dogs.
Oh.
Is it horn dogs or corn dogs?
Would you ever do it in a graveyard?
No.
What if it's like the hottest girl you've ever seen?
No.
I don't know. I think the situation, I guess some people would just say no automatically no matter what, but I don't know. I haven't been in the situation to know. I've been in a graveyard, just chilling, you know, as teenagers do. just chilling in the graveyard when you're an edgy teenager, but I don't think I had any sort of opportunity to do that. Did I have my girlfriend with me at the time? Or was it just my friends? I don't remember. Girlfriend might have been there.
I feel like I'll get haunted. Like, it would be bad luck.
But then she's like, isn't that the sexy part of it?
No.
No. I should preface this by saying that I was a horny teen. I was a 17-year-old female and had a boyfriend.
Oh, teenagers. What did I say? When I was at the graveyard, I was a teenager just hanging out the graveyard.
Who was 16. Now, he's an ex. At the time, we had no privacy. I live in an Asian household, so doors closed was not an option. And my boyfriend was an immigrant, so he did not have his own room. And so that meant as horny teenagers, we made our own privacy. We were forced to be exhibitionists.
Oh, I'm like I wanted to talk about the pink sauce, but it just registered what was just said. It was like they have no choice but to be intimate in public. Though, this freaking pink sauce, man. It looks like hair care product. Like, I don't know if anyone's gonna know what I'm talking about. Like, maybe if you're black, because I'm assuming this stuff is considered like a black hair care products. But there's like the pink, like hair. I don't know what to call it. Stuff. I had some. I don't have it anymore, but I used it for a while, like throughout my life. It's just a bottle of pink goo, and it looks. I can't see this pink color without thinking of that hair care stuff. Again, like maybe if there's any other black people in the comments, they'll know what the heck I'm talking about. But like it just looks like hair care. So when I see them eating it, it's like they're just eating hair chemicals. Like, it's just ew.
I should also say that we were both inexperienced, finding our ways. So self-pleasure was basically non-existent in my teenage female ignorant ass. He always left me wanting more. Not because he was so big, but like actually quite the opposite. Never really hit the way that I wanted it to hit. But I always thought that it would, and I would try it too, but I still never got to the finish line, if you know what I mean. But I was an active teen, so I wanted to get it done. But it was always like getting an itch and only being able to scratch around the itch.
So her thing was itchy?
It's okay.
She really wanted it to be hot, and he just wasn't.
Got it.
Do you then? Do you?
He was like, I scratch all my itches, bro.
Oh. What?
You guys look so suspenseful. I'm so sorry.
You can't read before us.
I know, but this spicy chicken sandwich is actually kind of spicy.
This ghost pepper one's actually yummy.
That's from
Really?
Wendy's, right?
No,
Oh, Burger King,
McDonald's.
Burger King.
We had no privacy.
I was just like cutting there. That skip there was just like skipping them talking about stuff. But oh my Jesus Christ, I can't get over the pink sauce. He's just gonna drizzle it on something, right? Yeah, him just drizzling it on that taco. It's so weird.
We had no privacy, and I always wanted to keep trying. So this meant back at the school after hours, on a hike that's
Sure.
in abandoned military bases, fitting rooms, bathrooms.
Abandoned military base. How did you even get on there? Because it feels like they would want nobody to be there. Like, it would be secured even if they're not there no more. Because what if they accidentally left like bullets or guns or top secret documents by accident? I would not have assumed freaking military base is a place that they would be messing around at.
Low-rated movies that usually have no people in it anywhere, right? Just a tip if you need. We were horny teens with nowhere to go, so we went at it everywhere we could. But like I said, I was always wanting more. My boyfriend at the time lived in Colma, which is a place literally known to have more dead people than alive. The majority of the city was graveyards. So we would just frequent the graveyards often, just to walk. I have a major fear of zombies, so we often just walked and get where we needed to go. Well, one day, we get off at the bus stop and needed to walk through the graveyard in order to get to my boyfriend's house. I'm feeling more confident than usual, and we decide to stray off the path a little and look for some old tombstones. We end up finding a section of old tombstones that are large. The tombstones are made in the early 1900s to the late 1800s. We're huge.
I'm assuming we already know where they're going, but does anyone else have some sort of phobia or fear of zombies? That's never really even occurred to me that someone might be genuinely afraid of zombies. Question mark. Maybe back then, because I'm assuming we're talking about like an old story. Because now zombies are so oversaturated in like movies and especially video games. I mean, especially in both of those. That is anyone really scared of zombies? But I guess if you don't really watch a lot of zombie movies and you don't play a lot of zombie video games, which there's like countless zombie games. It's just zombie game. It's just zombie is just such a generic enemy type for video games to use. But yeah, I guess if you're just not engaging any of that, maybe you would be scared of zombies. I feel like now in today's climate, just nobody would be scared of zombies. I guess let me know if you're scared of zombies. Oh yeah, before we talk about the tombstones, they're trying to find large tombstones. I feel like you would try to find a... I mean, this is already disrespectful, so you might as well go all the way. Find, like, the little buildings that are just, like, a small, like, what, 5x5, 4x4 little building, like, tomb thing, and just do it in there where you're actually inside an enclosed space with a lot of privacy. You know, like, why just try to find tall tombstones? You're still out in the open. Why not find a fancy tombstone, right? Or fancy tomb, where probably some rich person is, that actually has like a building built around their tomb, and you go in there. Because again, you're already doing something disrespectful, if we want to call it that. You might as well just fully commit.
A section of old tombstones that are large. The tombstones are made in the early 1900s to the late 1800s. Were huge, like as big as I was at the time. For the record, I'm like 5 feet. Sidebar, I'm now 22 and I'm like 5'1", so I will say I have grown so much since then.
What, a single inch? Congratulations.
Anyways, being the little children that we were, our parents called frequently. We were both Asian, so we always just said that we were studying late, but
Big brain.
staying late to study, but it was not unusual to get a call from our parents at this time. But I start getting the itch, the inevitable itch. And like I said, no privacy at the home anywhere. We're in a semi-empty area. It's an opportunity for us. And with these large tombstones around, it was private enough for 2 teens to do their 2-minute deed. Yeah, I know. 2 minutes.
I mean, they're teenagers, so I don't know why we're trying to hold them up to such high standards, question mark. Or why we're even talking about this to begin with. But a lot of these extracurricular conversations are usually about teenagers for whatever reason, because that's just what their stories are about from their past. Also, just to like go back for a second, something like this is kind of what I was talking about, the hair care thing. I don't think it was this. I don't have this one. Like the one I had was like a white bottle with maybe like a pink label, but I'm just going to, this bottle's the same kind of like shape though. I'm just going to assume the liquid inside this is pink, and thus it's the same thing essentially. But yeah, just imagine this. This is what they're eating. Like, I can't not think that they're just eating a bottle of this stuff.
Well, things start to get steamy and we hear a ring on my boyfriend's phone and we check and it's his mom calling and he just lets it ring and we continue our action. So after a few seconds, she calls again and not wanting to ruin the mood, I start getting on my knees and sucking his peanut because phone ringing is not exactly mood-setting music. Well, at this point, I'm knee-deep on a person's tombstone and my boyfriend cancels his mom's call. He then starts inserting the peanut into the candy hole and he starts going at it. His mom calls once again.
It's like way too descriptive for the two people who are doing it. Though I'm guessing that something's happening, and the fact that he's not answering the phone could possibly have a negative result. Like, obviously, maybe he's going to get his butt kicked, but I'm thinking maybe, like, she is, like, calling him for help, and because he's not answering or coming to help, I mean, well, he's not coming to her rescue, that she might actually be in trouble, and that's how we get to the deadly turn. Like, maybe something actually happens to his mom or a family member because he didn't answer his phone? Question mark.
Again, and I just tell him to answer it, you know, winky face, like a little challenge. Mind you, I am literally leaning on a tomb, trying to balance as I'm being raw dogged by my boyfriend near all these tombs while my boyfriend is talking to his mother.
They were doing it, and while he was talking to his mom.
Yeah.
Dang.
On top of a tombstone. Yep.
That's a skill.
Bro, that's something that you do as teenagers, because the idea of doing that in your 20s is repulsive, no? I'm sure she can agree to this now that she's 22.
Really, honey?
What do you mean by
Maybe
that?
like we're in a
Oof.
little vanilla, huh?
Talking to your mom on the phone? I would be so grossed out.
Embarrassed.
You know when you're like a kid, nothing else matters. But at this point, I'm like, listen, I can't have a confrontation with my mom. I can't. I am too emotionally fragile to have a confrontation with my mother.
Did his mom not know?
I guess
Not even a clue?
They're talking and I'm trying to be mute and my boyfriend is trying to study his breath and they are talking in their native language of Tagalog. I only understand a bit of Tagalog, but I only heard tay 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 tay, which means farther.
Father.
Anyways, I start going
Like
faster.
father, like dad?
No, like farther.
Oh.
No, father. Yeah, father like dad. You're right.
Oh.
Dad?
Yeah,
He's saying dad?
yeah. But I start going faster, but all of a sudden my boyfriend picks up his pants and walks away and I'm confused and astonished because like this is not normal for him. But of course I stop also because no means no. I just wait till he's done to keep the deed going. After a few minutes he comes back and tells me
What?
his dad just passed away.
Yeah, I figured, like, obviously something happened.
The tay-tay I heard was actually tay-tay-pate, which means father dead, not father. While I was being raw dogged in the graveyard leaning on a tomb, he found out that his father passed away.
Bro, that's so dark and...
And you were right. Remember, you're like, I think it's bad luck.
Yes.
Well, no, yes.
I mean,
He meant
no.
Even no.
you know what I meant. Yeah.
Say no.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah. What a timing though.
Wow, and I cannot shake the feeling that the past of our sins and exhibitionist tendencies decided this fate. I felt for a long time that we summoned this by our disrespect, and I'm genuinely so sorry for my actions. But once I was horny, I want to do it, and with nowhere to do it, you make everywhere a place to do it. I could not imagine my boyfriend's father, freshly past doing his last rounds, visiting his family before he moves into his past life, and he visits his son, raw dogging his girlfriend in the graveyard, receiving the news of his passing. It was like a sick joke. Anyways, I tried to write this before I accidentally deleted it, so I think a ghost probably stopped me from posting it the first time. Wow, and now I'm writing it again. Honestly, I truly enjoyed these videos and thought I'd share a memory I genuinely try to suppress, but wanted to have a juicy confession. Thank you for all the videos and podcasts you make. I truly enjoy the whole family content and everyone in the family. And just a tip for everyone watching and all those getting married and Dan, be respectful to graveyards.
Yes, ma'am.
P.S. I almost accidentally deleted the story once again and almost had to rewrite this whole thing again. Don't usually do that, but maybe there's a reason the story shouldn't be out. Done.
What if we get bad luck now?
They're exes now. Do you think that had a play into it? Because
I don't know. Would it play into? I mean, maybe, probably. I mean, his dad died, so he probably was like an emotional wreck for like a long time, and then like it happened while they're doing that. I don't know. This is just a like a messed up story, but in like a different kind of way than the typical messed up that we see.
know.
Wait,
I don't know.
say that. Oh, they doing that at the play to the
Like
dad?
the whole situation, do you think that played anything in them breaking up?
No, don't think too deep. Come on.
No, because I'm just wondering, could I ever be able to forget? Like when I look at you, I'm gonna be thinking about us.
Yeah, because you're gonna. I was trying to get at that. That moment is going to be preserved in your mind of the moment you lost your dad, and it's always going to replay of, oh, my dad's gone. And when you think about your dad gone, you think about the day that he was gone, and the day that he was gone was you having relations with your girlfriend at the graveyard ? So you're never gonna stop thinking about that, and it's probably gonna drive you crazy, and then thus you probably just break up.
Document at the graveyard, and my dad just passed away. No, but probably not. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would.
Hey, so they were raw talking it? No condiments?
Nope.
I mean, in teenagers, what do you expect?
Just ranch. Wow, I don't even know what to say to that. I will take your advice to heart, though, just so you know. No doing it in graveyards. We all make a pact.
Yeah, I promise.
Next video, we stay at a haunted graveyard for 24 hours.
I mean, like, why are they even going to bring the graveyard in the first place? I mean, they're not teenagers, right? Roaming around with nothing to do.
My boyfriend won't stop giving me head, and it's kind of funny, LMAO.
Huh? And Dan just like immediately just dying.
What's up with these
Horn dogs? Yeah. What's going on? Are you guys okay? No shave November. What is November? Don't they do something in November?
Not November.
No, not November. Is that what's going on? Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Do people actually do it? What's the purpose of No Nut
Only the
November?
strong people with self-control.
What is the purpose of it? Like, you save it for December 1st, and then what happens?
Well,
And it's Christmas time. It's a surprise.
holiday. It's a holiday.
It's snowing everywhere. So my boyfriend and I share posts with each other on Instagram. Like they'll send, you know how like you send TikToks? As a result, things that I like would show up on his explore page and vice versa. Because when you're clicking it, you're opening it, and the algorithm is like, oh, this person likes this, right? Tell me why this guy ends up sending me a post that I liked of a girl basically saying that her boyfriend went down on her for 30 minutes and she did not snow. Now the post was obviously a joke and I liked it because it was funny, LOL. My guy did not find it funny though, LMAO. He said it hurt his pride and he kept asking me if I enjoy the head or not. Now the thing is, we haven't had sex because it's not something we want. So our physical intimacy is centered around oral stuff, you know, and kissing and etc. Do I enjoy the head? Not really. Do I pretend like I do? Absolutely. Do I tell him I do? Yeah. Have I ever had an orgasm? No, man. I never even masturbated a day in my life because I don't feel like I ever want to. So yeah, I always lied to him about it, but he noticed that I was lying when he asked me this time. He kept saying, don't tell me if it's good. Don't tell me it's good if it isn't. But why the wouldn't I? Now let's be clear, he's not bad at it. I just don't feel anything. I feel the sensation of touch, but not like the arousal of it. Even when he does stuff to my melons, I don't feel anything. I enjoy kissing, of course, but that's very emotional, but I don't get like aroused by just the act of kissing. Anyway, he's going down on me this one time after the Instagram incident. This guy was literally just licking the
Licking what?
lips, you know what I mean?
Do we... Again, why is this one so detailed? Can I just have like a nice video to react to that isn't so needlessly detailed and gross and just I don't know. Oof.
No, not November's been hard on this guy. Okay, it's
No, I
okay.
swear it's not
You'll
November.
make it to December 1st. I believe in you.
Yeah.
He said yeah. He was doing his worst at it, so that if I pretended to enjoy it, he would know that I'm lying. What a smart little. Anyways, I caught on quickly because I'm a smarter motherfucker, and I started laughing. Then he started laughing, and finally I said, "Just stop playing around and do your thing." He smiled. I know he felt happy about what I said because he proceeded to eat me like a hungry lion. Was I aroused this time? No. But it made me happy to see his efforts. The day went on with me fake moaning and things ended well. Now, I might be asexual. I don't know. But I don't want to tell him because things...
I don't feel like that's how that works, though. I don't know what's their problem. I mean, maybe some are like this, but I feel like... Because you see this too often. Well, I've seen this too often to the point where I would be like, okay, that's not how it works. Because so many asexuals are like... You know, blah, 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 blah. I'm not attracted to you human beings, but, citation needed, they still enjoy having relations. Like, they still enjoy feeling good and doing stuff, extracurricular stuff. They just don't have any romantic feelings towards the person doing it to them? Question mark? How? I don't know. Or any sort of like extra arousal from the person, or maybe they're just using extracurricular devices, question mark. Again, I've seen this too many times because a lot of asexuals do like not safe for work artwork, weirdly, despite being asexual, and then they always be like, oh well, just because you're this doesn't mean you don't like this or appreciate this, or you don't like feeling good. It doesn't mean you don't want to feel good, question mark. So, I don't think that's the issue here, question mark. Because again, like, feeling good is just feeling good. I don't think that has anything to do with being asexual.
Things aren't the same in the bedroom when both partners aren't enjoying.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why we even have to get into this kind of conversation, though. Like, can we get to something, like, wholesome or funny, or maybe even some drama? Can we get past the vulgar stuff, please?
For now, to be honest, it's actually fun. When the time...
Also, in my opinion, don't fake it. Like, just be like, you suck. If you want advice, maybe that's not good advice. Just say they suck, or you don't like it, or tell them what you want. Because I think, at least I would assume generally, they don't want you to fake it. They want the truth. Question mark. You just communicate. Just tell them what you want.
Comes around for us to have sex, though, which is in the distant future, my acting skills will come to life.
Damn.
I find it so cute how much he tries to have me enjoy it, though. LOL.
How did she make this so wholesome?
Yeah, like, how did you...
Not wholesome. Not even the slightest. Nope. I asked for wholesome. That was not wholesome. Stop pretending it's wholesome.
I don't know.
warrior.
Relationship goals.
Yeah,
I want to be like, wow, that's so cute, but then at the same time, I'm like, wait, but is it?
It's lack of communication and deception and blah, 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 blah. People understand what's going on here. It's not okay.
I'm so confused. But you got yourself a good one, because there are a lot of guys out there that don't even, try. So, wow, okay, the next one just starts really strong. I'm pathetic.
What?
Whoa.
Sure.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you guys surprise me. Like, if you did some twisted shit, please don't let this be some twisted shit, okay? Hey, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, but if you do, then sorry for bringing down the mood. As I imagine the confessions before this were funny stories. Are you here right now?
Funny. I'm begging for something funny.
How do you know this? Okay. I'm from Indiana, and I think I might have social anxiety. Wait, what?
Okay.
I don't want to self-diagnose, but in elementary school, I was bullied. It wasn't the worst bullying, of course, because what's the worst an 8-year-old can do, right? I can do some stuff. It was mainly...
I don't know.
Like weirdo or...
They beat you up, stab you, I guess. From when I didn't react to on camera, it could be really bad. Because I did try to do a rad video of, who was it? The Void? One of the Void's video for something. I forgot what it was. Was it for like YouTube or just the internet's darkest stories or videos or something? Darkest corners of YouTube or internet? I don't know. His third video, and the first video was like, I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. And I went to go do something else because of how dark that first one was. Yeah. I don't know, 8-year-old can do some pretty messed up stuff, so.
Or poopy head or something like that. I don't really remember much of it, but I remember I didn't have many friends. So no one was there to lift my spirits when he was bad-mouthing me to my classmates. He'd also push me around, you know, trip me, pull my hair. To many people, it's not too bad, right? I wouldn't blame you if you thought it was pathetic. Oh, he's doing that because he likes you. I hate that saying. But also, I don't know why you think this is pathetic. It's not pathetic. Whoever told you it was, they need to go S&E. But I will.
Well, we're saying he's doing this because he likes you. Are we saying that's first grade behavior? Are we assuming the person speaking is a girl? Question mark?
I'll never forget the humiliation and pain that he caused me. I would get so anxious in the mornings before school that I couldn't eat anything or else I felt like I was gonna throw up. I had trouble keeping eye contact and I stuttered a lot. I stared at the ground all day. That sometime later when I finally looked up at the sky, I was shocked at how beautiful and surreal the clouds looked, but still I refused to tell my teacher or my parents. Some people close to me know about my experience, but they don't really know how bad it hit me. I moved schools and it took me 2.5 years to forgive and forget. I was furious at him until COVID hit and we had to quarantine. I know many people's mental health hit its lowest during the pandemic, but I was happy, and I mean happy. I feel sort of selfish since so many people were suffering from the disease, but quarantine meant that I didn't have to leave the house for school or a lot of other social events. Even
Warning, this is like
gave me a lot of anxiety, and because I was
enemies to lovers or something.
happy, I sort of forgave my bully. But then when we went back to school, with masks of course, I was really anxious that I had the same experience that I did in the past, where I couldn't eat in the mornings without feeling like I might throw up. My heart would just beat so fast when we would pull up in front of the school. And there's this particular group of guys that would scare the living crap out of me. The way that they would snicker and whisper around me was just made me so uncomfortable, even if they're not laughing at me. Like, it reminds me of elementary school. So they're like the cool group, which adds more reason to be scared of them. They can talk and talk, and since they have a lot of friends, word can spread if you give them a reason to laugh at you. I freeze up near them, like near the popular kids, and it really reminds me of the guy who bullied me in elementary school. During the classes that I had with them, I find that it's impossible for me to even look in their direction. I remember my first experience with heart palpitations was in 6th grade when my friends would laugh and hang out with each other. I felt left out and lonely like I did in elementary school, and I hadn't experienced it for a while until last year, and it was for stupid reasons. Reasons like people looking at me the wrong way, people snickering or whispering behind me or near me. It didn't even matter if it was about me or not. The heart palpitations would go stronger and stronger until I could finally go home and break down in a room somewhere. I would just cry and cry and cry, and it made me feel pathetic, really. I was scared to wear anything but a hoodie and jeans. I couldn't tie my hair up or take my hoodie off without feeling exposed. When I spoke too fast, scared to take too much of someone's time, and this did not help my stuttering problem at all. I was scared of people thinking I'm weird. Some of my closest friends have never experienced what it's like to be around the real me. I really wish I had the don't take it from no one type of attitude, but I find myself shrinking during school. Sometimes when something like the slightest bit unfortunate for me happens, I think, what would happen if I killed myself? Not that I would ever, of course. Is it normal to think like that? Wow, it seems so much more real when I type it out like this.
I mean, if she's a teenager, sure. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, most teenagers think that way. Well, the, like, thoughts of self-exiting.
To this day, my parents don't know about it. My siblings and friends know about me being bullied, but they don't know how much it affected me. I'm still worried of what people think of me, whether they really like me as a friend or not, but I want to grow. I'm trying really hard to forgive my bully again and move on. I want to focus on myself and my hobbies, even if it's hard to love myself sometimes. That's just how it is, you know? I've been watching your videos for a couple years now, and I really enjoy Dan, Mr. Mango Butt, Tiffany, Andrew, Cindy, yours, and everyone else's company through the screen. It's much more complicated than I could explain, but I'm sharing this because it's been weighing on me for years, and I know you've also had a bullying experience, one that was worse than mine in your younger years. I love you guys. Also, please give any advice if you can. This one, like, spoke to my soul. Sometimes the way that I like to think about it is when you're in school or when you're in an environment where you don't even feel safe being yourself, you can't really hate yourself. Because you're not even able to be yourself. So how can you hate this beautiful person that you're not letting shine? Like, that's not even the real you. This is like the impact of this environment that's like crushing on you. And once you leave that type of environment, I swear to you, the world opens up, and it's almost crazy, because when I think back to when I was being bullied, it feels just nonstop, like there's no escape, and there really isn't much when you're in school, because what are you gonna do? It's not like you can move to a different school, or, you know. But once you just get out there, like, the amount of amazing people you meet, the amount of like people that you connect with that you meet is just mind-blowing. And like, I feel like I felt the same thing when I was in high school,
I never got bullied, but I also had like different type of trauma growing up. And when I look back, it's like at the darkest times, you can feel like this is it, but you just live through it. Things can get better and will get better. Just remember that things will get better.
I used to do this thing where I would create like the perfect version of myself, and I would always tell myself, if I just stay put for like another year or two, I'm gonna be that perfect version soon. So it's almost like she's my friend, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. Yeah, so just, I love you. And like, you know what? People will be whispering and people will be doing these things. Just create a space for yourself in your head that you can go to. That's what I did too. And I don't even know if that's recommended, but like, whether it's like you have like this fictional story of like when you're 10 years older or 5 years older, and like, what's your day-to-day look like? I used to think about that in school. If I ever felt weird, I'd be like, okay, when I have a job and when I'm doing this and when I'm an adult, I'm gonna wake up in this house and like wash my face and like, what's my and I would literally be so anal about it. I'd be like, oh no, I can't leave because I left the coffee pot on. Like, really, yeah, maybe that's not good. That's like a really good escape, but I love you. You got this. What?
I don't really have much to say about that one, I don't think. But yeah, I don't know. They're probably going to be okay, right? That's usually the thing. You know, everyone's going to be all right in the end. Question mark. Even if I don't really have much to say about that. I thought I was like heading towards, because I was saying they were pathetic, right? I thought it might be like an enemies to lovers thing or something, like, oh, they bullied them, but then they kind of liked it, and then they became friends and then lovers, whatever. But it was just them just being miserable all the time. But you know, whatever, they'll get through it, right? Maybe they'll find some friends, question mark, or maybe the people they think are being mean to them actually want to have them part of the group. Who knows, right?
Why are you guys doing this to me?
What?
Jesus is one hell of a cock block. Bitch.
Wait, what?
Again.
Yeah, how did we get here? I'm gonna tell you.
Again with the extracurricular activities.
Reading these confessions sends me on an emotional roller coaster that I can't even explain.
It goes like this.
Yes! I'm like crying, then I'm giggling, and then I'm crying, and then I'm like, wait, is it okay to be giggling? And 2 seconds after I'm crying, because in Korean culture they said you're gonna get hairs on your asshole if you giggle right after you cry. Okay, before I get into
What?
the part, and this is a long story with a lot of weird twists, I have to explain something. But for the sake of everyone's time and sanity, I'll make it short. I have immense religious trauma that I'm still working on through today. It's pretty deep.
I think a lot of people do.
And I'm talking with a therapist and other things, but in short, Abyss is pretty forked up in the head. Quirky girl, emoji. Also, P.S. if there are any mistakes, look over them. I'm writing this while legally enlightened by some happy plants at 4 in the morning. And this story begins when I was 7, actually.
That's really young.
Yeah. I didn't have any friends, and I was a very quiet person, and I stayed to myself most days until one day I noticed a boy. We're gonna call him Greg. Greg is in my class and had been following me around. I noticed him watching me all the time, or suddenly being at lunch when we had free time. He would always sit next to me. Basically, the more he hung around me, the more comfortable I got, and I learned Greg was a shy kid that didn't have a lot of friends. So obviously, he and I got really close, and both of us ended up being held back together because we were younger than all of our classmates. We ended up making more friends, more as in like 2 more friends, but we always stayed pretty close and talked on the phone all the time. We even knew each other's parents and always had the same classes. But everything starts to change once we hit that dreaded period I wish I could forget, which is middle school. Our classes were switched, and we both started to come out of our shells, and we actually made multiple friends. I had even met my best friend to this day at that time, but our new friends weren't really mutual friends, so we didn't even sit with each other at lunch most days. But we were still close and talked every day, and you know, most of the evening on the phone. About halfway into the year, all my new girlfriends, especially my best friend, we'll call her Michelle, they all started telling me that Greg is in love with me and that he likes me. And as middle school girls do, they would tease me about it, being like, ooh, whenever Greg and I talked to each other, and they would all giggle, hi Greg, whenever he approached me. I never brought what they were saying to his attention because I didn't want him to feel weird or awkward, because at the time I didn't think he liked me. He was my best guy friend and one of my first real friends, and I did not want to mess that up. So I tried to ignore it until the most bougie, most glamorous event of our small town middle school was upon us, the annual spring fling. Let me tell you, you would have thought it was a ball or something, because all the girls in my class were talking about getting their hair done, their nails done, and what kind of dresses they were gonna wear, and all the guys, this is annoying, were claiming dibs on which girls they were gonna ask.
Isn't that just normal behavior for these like big events that schools have? Do schools even do these big dances and, you know, king and queen stuff at the dance? I mean, we had a dance at my high school. My high school was like trash, right? So it wasn't that big of a deal. But do big public schools actually have big, crazy, like end of year dances, or like dances where you have to have like homecoming queen, homecoming king? What's the one where it's like named after like a woman, like that dance? It's like the reverse, where the girls are supposed to ask the guys out. I forgot what that one's called. It's like such a specific name, because you have like the regular dances, like homecoming or whatever, so the guys have to ask the girls. But then there's the other one, the reverse one. It's almost like Valentine's Day and White Day, right, where one is for the boys, one is for the girls. What is the female equivalent? It might only be an American thing too, even though I've never actually experienced it. I've only heard about it and seen it in like movies and shows, maybe more so like shows, maybe like a Disney show or something. I looked it up. It's called the Sadie Hawkins dance, right? Something like that. That's what it's called. If you've never heard of it before, again, it's just when the girls are supposed to ask the guys out instead of the other way around.
At the time I thought to myself, I'm probably gonna go with Greg. Wrong. I sat at lunch and I saw him ask another girl.
Oof.
Come on, Gregory.
Gregory, we gotta talk. All my friends were trying to comfort me and tell me things like, he was too nervous to ask you, or things like that. And I told them, it doesn't bother me. But in truth,
I don't know, maybe he just sees you as a friend, right? Maybe you are just like friend zones.
I was holding back tears. I ended up going with some other guy that asked me, and it was weird because I didn't have fun until Greg asked me to dance. And Stephanie, when I tell you, my heart started to flutter, and both of us were blushing. It was the most... Okay, this is romantic and all, but where's Jesus? Okay.
Also, she said she wished this hadn't happened, so what's going to happen?
We're gonna get to Jesus, I'm sure. Blushing, and it was the most adorable, but awkward experience I ever had. He ended up telling me that the guy that I went with called dibs on me and told him if he had asked me, they would pants him at lunch. They would pants him.
Sorry.
It's bullying, bruh. He said, but I guess at age 12, that was a huge threat, so I can't be mad at him.
Oh, 12? They're this young? Jesus Christ, there's preteens. I didn't realize they were preteens. I guess middle school. I was, for some reason, thinking they were teenagers at this point. I think I just got lost in that tangent for like Homecoming and the Sadie Hawkins stuff that I forgot that they're just in middle school right now.
And I went back to our usual, and after summer, we called each other almost every day, and even Skyped every day when he went to Puerto Rico for a month. And that is when I realized that I was developing feelings for Greg. Now, time to skip to 7th grade because this is our
Sure.
and we're only halfway done. I promise all this information is important for the next part.
I'm assuming they're not going to be together, but if only things were like this in real life, like for real life. I mean, this is real life, but I'm assuming they're not going to end together because this is like my dream, maybe in another life, right? Is you meet someone as a kid and you go to school with them for your entire life, fall in love, be first boyfriend and girlfriend, first whatever, get married, have kids, live happily ever after. Even as a kid, that was my dream. Obviously, that didn't happen, but maybe in another life, that'll happen. Like that. That's like peak. Is just meet that one person as a kid and just spend your entire life with them from that point on. Like go to school together, like every grade, from like elementary school, middle school, high school. I guess you would end up going to college together as well, and then just your entire life. But life doesn't work out that way, usually.
Due to some very big and sad events, I had to move in with my aunt. Now, I was always in church. I went every Sunday and every Thursday. Religious trauma unite. And my aunt was extremely religious. And I love my aunt. But for example, if me and my brother were fighting, she'd be like, do you want me to ask God who's wrong?
What? What? You guys relate?
Oh, no.
No,
I mean, for me, I believe in God, but
Yeah.
You do or do not?
I do.
You do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I mean, I don't ask him who's right or wrong.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't think Stephanie does right. Like then just said he does, but I think Stephanie doesn't? Question mark. Also, how long is Stephanie going to be sitting at 4.99 million subscribers? Because I noticed that like several days ago that she's at 4.99. Like, where's the 5 million? Hello? Can someone get this woman to 5 million? This is going to drive me crazy. It's just sitting at 499 for like a millennia.
Yeah.
Have you tried?
Well, now I will.
Yeah.
Have you experienced like some really spiritual moments?
I did.
Really? You
Yeah.
did? Like what?
Like, well, not like a serious spiritual,
Sure,
but
sure,
like
sure.
I asked him like, oh, like a certain situation get better, and it got better.
Mine is similar. One time I prayed and I said, dear God, I swear to God. I'm sorry if you're religious. I'm not making fun of religion, but this is literally what I was doing. And like, this is funny on me, not religion. Dear God,
I still don't know if she is religious or not. I thought she wasn't, but maybe she is.
I swear to you, I will go to church every single Sunday, every single Friday. I will go to church every
we all
single
say
day.
that.
I will dedicate my life to Christ. I will dedicate my life to spreading the word of Christ. Please, can I get my period?
Oh my god,
Please
honey,
don't
what
let
the
me get pregnant.
heck?
This was like last month, bro.
Oof.
I'm dead serious. Dude, I
Shut up.
do keep praying every time my period is a couple days late. And what's funny is, I'm not pregnant, so maybe God is real.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think about it and I'm like, you know what? At this point, the sick joke is on me.
So did you go to church?
No.
Okay.
At this point, when I do get pregnant, it's gonna be like quintuplets,
Oh.
okay? It's gonna be all the times that I prayed and he's like, joke's on you. Yeah. Do you want me to ask God who's wrong? And both of us would get terrified, so whoever was wrong would fess up immediately. But other than that aspect of her, she and I were very close and she had always told me that I could talk to her when things happened, so I wouldn't be alone. So I did. That was my very first mistake. I told her all about me and Greg and how confused I was because all my friends told me he liked me, but I didn't know for sure that he did. At the time, I was a little girl who had feelings for her friend, and I was terrified that he wouldn't like me back and would never talk to me again. But my aunt, oh, Stephanie, my aunt looks at me, 13-year-old child, and tells me, and this is awful, skull emoji, sweetie, I know Greg likes you. God told me so.
What the whole?
Okay, why would she say that though? I'm confused. What's going on?
And me being young and raised the way I was, I believed her. And she gave me the courage to ask him out. So what do?
I would have assumed he did like her, question mark, but we made it seem like he was friend zoning her, but still, like, what?
I called Greg. And after talking for a bit to work myself up, I asked him, do you like me? And he doesn't respond. He's nervous. And he asked me, do you like me? Me being stubborn and also nervous, I ask him again and I say, it's okay, I already know the answer. He's like, how? Stephanie, I told him that God told my aunt that he liked me. I said that.
Oh.
He gets so weirded out, and then I start to cry because I don't understand what's wrong here. And he tells me that he was gonna go, and we barely spoke after all of that.
Oh, man.
I was devastated, but honestly, I can't even blame him. After that, we basically stopped being friends, and I was mortified. We spoke our junior and senior year of high school, but only in the classes that we had together. Like, it was great. We still laughed and helped each other, but the whole time, I really hoped he forgot all about that god-awful time. And even though it wasn't likely to forget such an event, it seemed like he did, so I tried to forget it too. Now, I know you're wondering where the cock blocking comes in, because of course, it wasn't referencing the times before now because we were children, and trust me, there's more. So skip to now. 3 years after we graduated high school, we lost contact almost immediately. And Michelle is the only friend from school that I still regularly speak to, and I'm no longer religious. And as I stated way before, I'm going to therapy. I'm trying to overcome past traumas, and I realized how truly insane that whole fiasco was. And after working through it, I happily forgot it ever happened. Turns out, when you are an adult, you need a job, so you can barely make it in this world. And I quit my last job due to harassment from the boss. And after talking to Michelle, she says the place she's working at is hiring. So she gets me an interview, and I was informed that I would be starting that following week. Once I start, I notice Michelle giving me the smiles she makes when she's up to something. You know when
Why is Greg here? Question mark. She's scheming to get them together.
friends up to no good, okay? She walks with me to the manager, and he informs me that I'll need some training. I thought Michelle would be training me, but boy, was I wrong. All of a sudden, the door opens and my heart stops, and in walks Greg, who is going to be the person training me.
Damn, this is
like
like a
K-drama.
drama.
Michelle
Yeah, I saw that set up from a mile away.
beats herself out of there and starts her runs, and there I am, left with Greg. And Stephanie, this man, aged like fine wine, have mercy. He was so fine, I was barely concentrating on what I was doing. And over the next month or so, I really hope you're not like a brain surgeon or something. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? And you're like, and I'm a neurosurgeon. And we're just getting closer and closer and closer. And it started with us having lunch together to clocking out together. He even asked me for my snap and my number.
Ooh, that's a good step.
Oh, and this is where things got juicy. Now, at our job, there's a strict policy that employees cannot date each other. But
I mean, that doesn't stop anyone. And that's also a new thing. I don't know how long that's been a thing, because, you know, the whole joke of, you know, that's how everyone's parents met, were like at the job or something like that. Or there's just like a large majority of people who've been together, who've gotten together in the past, was via work. And now it's like no one's really allowed to meet anybody anywhere outside of dating apps. So, oof. By the way, I don't think I've ever had a dating app ever. I mean, I've been on social media and like back in the day when as a teenager, like dating websites. But I don't have Tinder. Tinder. I don't know what other one there even is. I mean, Grindr's not something I would use, right? But yeah, no Tinder or anything like that. So, oof. Because I'm not going to use any of that stuff either. So, just gotta get lucky, right?
Greg and I were like, it doesn't say we can't f each other.
Whoa.
So smart.
진짜 big brain.
He's a big brain. Big
Wow.
brain energy.
Wow.
Oh, that was really
That's a
good.
good excuse.
Yeah, we sent pictures back and forth and would flirt, but we never really got physical because we didn't have time to. Until one casual Friday, it was just me and him all by our lonesome to lock up for the night. I know what it was, but Stephanie, that day, we were even more thirsty for each other than usual. So after we lock up, we don't even wait. He leads me to the break room, and he locks the door behind him, and bada bing, bada bam, we're naked!
Bada bing, bada bam.
No foreplay, no nothing, we're ravenous! But this is where everything goes south. Oh man, I was getting ready for like some smut talk, you know what I'm talking about? Some spicy books.
Haven't we had enough, Stephanie? Like, I know she's just knee deep in probably these romance novels every day, all day, but like, we've had enough. With the first two stories, we're good. I feel like we're good.
Talk. It's not that he wasn't good at what he was doing. He very much was.
What?
Oh my god.
Hey.
But he wouldn't stop talking.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
Why?
He wouldn't stop talking while they're doing nasty. And
Why was he talking?
Fitz, I kid you not. He looks me in the eye. And he says to me,
What's wrong with him?
did God say I was going to be making you scream tonight?
Oof. Well, I mean, obviously I'm joking. I'm not leaving. That was pretty cringe. I don't know why would he do that? Why? He just destroyed everything. I mean, obviously the events of her aunt telling her that and her telling him that and then him getting to this point was like, that's how we got here. So if her aunt never did that, we wouldn't have been here. I mean, they probably would have been dating this entire time if it wasn't for the aunts. But like, did she like immediately kill him on spot? Because what do you do in that situation? Because you're immediately going to shrivel up, right? You're like, okay, it's over. Never mind. I don't want to do it anymore. You just got to kill him, right? You got to kill him. Like, literally, what are you gonna do other than that? Like, you got to kill him, right? It's just, you can't recover from such cringe. It is literally like stage 4 cringe. Like, I don't like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. I'm literally gonna die.
That's freaking disgusting.
Bro.
That's a good one.
I wanted to die right then and there. The whole mood was ruined for me. And right when I thought it couldn't get any worse, the door to the
How does it? Oh, someone comes in.
room opens. Somehow I managed to push him off me and dive behind the counter before I was seen because I did not want to be seen this way, let alone get away fired. It was a janitor who knew Greg pretty well, and Greg convinced him to not say anything to anyone. And at this point, I'm still behind the counter, and of all the things I could have been wearing, I managed to put my rotten mango crew neck back on. And as the fact that we're with her in this moment, guys, we're with her.
Bada bing, bada bam.
Bada bing, bada bam, literally, okay? And as I'm getting my pants and boots ready to be put back on too, I look up, and Greg walks over to me, still butt-ass naked, rubbing his hands together. So where were we?
Run!
Stephanie, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I knew. I just couldn't carry on like nothing happened. So I tell him that I got a text from my sister, and she needed me to go to her house because her finger got caught in the garbage disposal.
There's no way she said that. Like, come on.
Also, genius lie. He gets dressed and walks me out, and by the way, he had picked me up that day and brought me to work, so he had to drive me home. Woo! Bro,
It's gonna be a long ride.
I'm getting really stressed for you. And the whole way there was awkward, and he kept talking about how he had always had a crush on me and missed me and is so glad that I'm back in his life and missed.
She's probably like never even gonna talk to this guy again after that. But again, this was like terminal stage 4 cringe. But you could also see it as he's like the quirky boy, and I feel like if you're not allowed to, in my opinion, fumble the quirky girl, right? I mean, if you get a quirky girl, don't fumble it. You better latch onto that. Can't we have like the same thing for the quirky boy, or is he like beyond just quirky? Like, she's about to fumble the quirky boy, because this is something like, yeah, it's cringe now, but if you stay together and then like have kids, it's like a nice cataclysmic story to tell. Well, I don't know if you tell your kids, but maybe when your kids are older, like a cataclysmic story to tell your kids when they're older, or just to reminisce about in your marriage, or like when you're old together. Like, oh, you remember that time you said that freaking like earth-shattering cringe to me at work in the I don't remember what the room was. Storeroom? Question mark. I don't know. Like, should she just throw him away, or is this a fumble on the quirky boy? Question mark.
My body was so tense, I could have diamonds because as if I were cursing all night, that kept playing in my head. Did God say I was gonna make you scream tonight?
It's still so like Jesus Christ, but still, I don't know. It gets better and funnier like on the second time, right?
And the whole fiasco from 7th grade was just replaying over and over in my head. And he looked me in the eye, casually laughing, and said, "God must have been right about that."
About what?
He drops me off, kisses my hand goodbye, telling me he can't wait to continue where we left off. Mortified, I called Michelle and told her all about it, and she was cracking up the whole time while
Of course she is.
for setting me up with him. And I wasn't mad at him or anything, but everything just felt so awkward after that. Like, I couldn't look at him sexually again. If anything, I was just screaming into my pillow, "Why would he say that to me?" But seeing how how weird I felt around him now? Michelle, being the amazing friend that she was, she talked to the manager and got our schedule switched, and I started to slowly pull away from Greg in a sexual sense. We still talk every now and then, and we're friendly with each other, but I swear, especially after this and what happened in the 7th grade, this will haunt me forever. This was a very long and stupid story, but if you read this whole thing, thank you, and I love you so much, Bis. You, Stephanie, Dan, Tiffany, and your whole family mean so much to me, and I always know that after a long, tiring day, okay, I'm just imagining you in the break room and then coming home and watching a video. I know after a long, tiring day that I can always watch your videos and laugh. I'm a loyal follower of both your channels and your podcast. Thank you for always spreading joy and laughter to people like me. You deserve nothing but the best in life. Love you so much. Oh, I love you.
So I mean, I'm on team you fumbled the quirky boy, ? Just because, you know, I'm biased. Like I said, again, one of my biggest dreams was, you know, get a girlfriend, not a girlfriend, find someone in elementary school and then go throughout life with them, ? Which of course didn't happen. So I that might be my bias speaking, but again, yes, I mean, I ended the video for a second with how cringe that was, catastrophically so, but again, that's going to be a funny story in a few years when you're married, or again, when you're old and you can laugh about it or whatnot. Maybe like you're too young now to like have fun with how stupid that was, but I don't know. Again, it was really bad. And I mean, I wasn't there, so maybe if I was there, I would have been like, okay, nah, I can't. Like, get me out of here forever. But still, I don't know.
Wow.
You fumbled.
That one is so good. But also, it's always the worst when you're like in the adult time, and sometimes they be asking too many damn questions, or sometimes they be talking too damn much.
Like during.
Yeah, I am on the team, like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, just shut up.
You don't need to tell me a whole paragraph. I don't know why I'm looking at you. You don't really talk much, but even not during that time, you never really talk much, but
How did you?
that was insane. I felt like I was on a roller coaster.
Thanks for that confession.
Yes, thank you so much. I love it. You know what these confessions make me feel like? They make me feel like those midnight radio hosts that are like intimately talking through the microphone, you know?
Submit your story.
Yeah. It's such-
Yeah, again, I'm still on team, like, he should shut up, but I think she should be with him. Don't fumble the quirky boy.
It's a vibe.
It's like so
fun.
unexpected. Everything has like a plot twist.
How was the ghost pepper? Not good?
It's pretty spicy actually. Maybe I got the right one. I don't know.
No,
Is it all the same?
Yeah, I think
Mine's kind of spicy.
we
Man.
Just
Also, it's what, 7:48, so 12 minutes till 8. So yeah, we're gonna miss the deadline, but the video would just be late today again. It's as usual. It's no big deal.
Before morning, this is a bit intense, and I'm okay and I'm safe now. I'm an 18-year-old girl. I was born in Guatemala, and I was adopted by my family 3 days after I was born. My adopted parents had a son who is 5 years older than me, and they decided that they
Had.
wanted a baby. So here I am now.
Or had in the past.
They got me, and my adopted father was in his 50s. My mom is the most amazing and strong woman that I know. My adopted father, on the other hand, was not. He never earned the title of father, so let's call him Chad. This story begins before I was born and starts with my brother. When my brother was just a baby, Chad's true colors started to appear when he was angry. And one day, he threw my brother, who was just a helpless baby. He threw his child.
A newborn?
Yeah, like a helpless.
How do you, like, threw him how? Like you throw a football? I'm like, that's not a joke, but like, did he just like let him go? Did he literally just pick up the child and throw him across the room? Like, I mean, either way, it's bad, right?
Baby he always had a temper, and he would step on the dogs they had before I was born and wouldn't feel sorry at all. Well, fast forward to when I'm 5. My mom was on the board of the school that I attended and would have board meetings once a week at night. Side note, I could take showers by myself, and I had my own bathroom with a shower. Well, whenever my mom was gone, Chad would make me take a shower in their room, which had a see-through glass door. He would sit on a rolling chair and watch me shower while he was on his computer watching porn. And it gets worse. When he wouldn't sit and watch me, he would get in the shower too, naked. But he wouldn't shower, he would just clean me, aka molest me while he was naked. It hurt, but I was only 5 and I didn't know it was wrong. This went on for 3 more years. He would always tell me not to tell anyone, and I never did, because when you're 5, you trust your parent to protect you and not to hurt you. When I used the bathroom and he was around, he would wipe me, but he was just really assaulting me and hurting me. During those 3 years, not only did he molest me, but he would hit my brother and curse at him and my mom all the time, and even sometimes put his hands on her. When I was 8 years old, he cheated on my mom. My mom wore the pants in the family and had already taken him back once when I was 3 and decided enough was enough and kicked him out. That's when I told her what he had done, and she broke down crying and hugged me and explained what he had done was very, very wrong. They went on to get a divorce, and my mom went to court for full custody.
I was like, divorce. I was like, hello, get this man in jail. Or I was saying like to kill Greg earlier as a joke, but like, kill this man.
Custody battle between my mom and
Literally.
for over 5 years. He refused to give up custody and would claim that he was a loving father who was only trying to take care of his kids. He tried to paint my mom out to be the monster, that she was brainwashing us. My brother and I were forced by the judge to see a family therapist and explain to them what happened to us. We went to 3 different therapists and not one of them believed me when I told them that he molested me and hurt me and my family. They said that we were kids and that we were over-exaggerating and that he was a good father. It's so traumatizing and still breaks my heart to this day that one of those 3 therapists could have ended this custody battle and got us away from him, but instead, they didn't believe the victims simply because they were children. While the custody battle was happening, we lived with my mom at all times. When I was in 3rd grade, Chad would show up at my school when it just got out and he would corner me and say that he was going to get me and my brother back. I was terrified and I would sob and other teachers had to step in and tell him he needed to leave. Throughout
I wonder why he wants them so badly.
the custody battle, there were 3 different twisted judges because they knew Chad's lawyer and automatically sided with him. So much so that for no reason, one of the judges sent my mom to jail for a few hours just because he didn't like her and wanted to teach her a lesson. My sweet mom, who wouldn't hurt a fly, was taken away in handcuffs and stripped because of an abusive Chad in the family court system. The last judge that we had during the custody battle ordered my brother and I to visit Chad every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. My brother and I would do anything to try and get out of it. But if we didn't go, the police would just show up and make us. And one time, they did have to make us. Chad worked at a hotel at the time and he would take my brother and I there, but we refused to get out of the car. This occurred during the summer and we live in Florida. Chad would lock us in the car with it off in the hot Florida summer while he went inside for hours. This happened every
That's literally a crime. Like, hello? Literal crime happening. Why is no one calling the police? Like, if you see a child in a car, especially in the heat, you're supposed to call the cops. Question mark? Am I wrong?
time.
There's just nobody around to call. He was at a hotel, weren't they? Wasn't he? Shouldn't people be around and be like, oh, there's kids in the car? Call the cops. Break this window.
He would lock my brother and I in the car with no supervision, no food, no water. One time my brother and I couldn't take it anymore, so we managed to unlock the car and started walking down the street, not knowing where we were going, just trying to get us away from Chad. Chad's friend saw us and told Chad, and he came running after us screaming and made us get back into the car. This went on for weeks. During this time, Chad was arrested twice for abusing other women, but he was released. It's important to realize that Chad did not care about me or my brother. He wanted money. He dragged this custody battle for
Okay, so that's... Does he make less than the mom or something? That's why he wants custody? And he wants... Why can't I think of what it's called right now? Hello? He wants child support. Like, why did it take me so long to remember that? He wants child support, so that's why he wants custody. I was like, why does he even care? It's just for child support.
For over 5 years until my mom named the right price for him. I was in the 6th grade when he finally agreed to an amount of money to give up for custody for my brother and me. That's all we were to him. $signs. My mom
Okay, so she gave him a lump sum, and he's like, okay, I'll stop.
got a restraining order against him and for me and my brother until we turned 18. He never tried to reach out or send birthday cards or anything. Once he had his money, he was gone. I was curious.
Shouldn't, like, the judges and therapists or whatever realize, oh, this woman paid this man a sum of money, and all of a sudden he doesn't care about his kids anymore? Maybe we were the ones in the wrong. And we should actually go to him and be like, hey, wait, these kids said he did bad things to them. We need to pursue that. Hello? Where do these people live? Because it seems like judges, therapists, and just the people there are just trash.
And I looked him up over the years, and on his website it says that he is a proud and loving father of 2, and it makes me sick to read that lie.
Oof, more kids. Yeah, but trash, like the people too. I mean, because nobody saw these kids in the thing. Also, his friend snitched on them, but I mean, it's his friend, right? But still, there's just nobody around to see kids in a car at a hotel, question mark, just suffering, and nobody did anything about it.
To this day, he has never paid for what he did to my family, me, and those other women. He walks around free with no consequences for his actions. My mom legally changed our last names to her maiden name and raised us alone while running her own business. She is truly the most amazing and strongest woman that I know. Chad had taken something from all of us and left a hole in our family. Even now, I still deal with the trauma that I faced. Sometimes I have nightmares about it. I have a fear of men who are older than me because of Chad. I also refuse to answer the door when it rings because there's still that fear that it's him on the other side. Something did come out of it, good though, was that brother, mom, and me now have a very deep connection. Now that I'm older, I advocate for sexual assault victims and I'm in college studying to become a family therapist. I want to be one of the good ones who believes the victims and doesn't overlook what they say just because they're children. I had to grow up fast when I was little, but I'm stronger because of what I went through. A big part of it is also thanks to you, your fiance, and Dan. Finding your channel was one of the best things that happened to me. I found you when I was majorly depressed and had just been diagnosed with severe anxiety, and you guys saved me. There were days a few years ago when I almost took my life, but then I would go back and watch your older videos and remember that I still need to be here. Every day I check to see if you've posted on your main or vlog channel and get so excited when you do, and you've given me a huge love for true crime. You guys have made such a big impact on my life and have saved me, and I'm forever grateful for you and your family. You're a bright light in the darkness that tried to engulf me. Thank you, and I love you so much. I love you too. But I know what you mean, like when you're like really in a dark space and you find some sort of solace, it's like, you know.
And then at least she's doing better,
Yeah,
right?
and I think it's so incredible that you're trying to be a family therapist and like stop this cycle, because I've heard so many stories of family therapists just not listening to the kids.
I think listening to the kids are more
Yes.
better. It's better than adults
And like,
because they're honest.
yes,
Usually.
and it's crazy because, you know, people always like these, not people, but these really sick adults always like to say things like, oh,
The heck?
you're just a kid, you're lying, or you don't know the truth. Kids, if they do lie, they're lying about not eating the cookie. They're lying about not eating that gummy bear. They're not lying about being sexually assaulted. I'm so angry for you. I love you, and I'm glad that you're, listen, if I have children, you're gonna be our family therapist. I love you.
Yeah, I mean, they need to get that guy. I don't know if there's statutes of limitation on any of that stuff. Like, maybe, unfortunately, but I don't know. Something's got to happen with him, right? But again, still kind of joking about killing, but I don't know. He kind of needs to be, you know. I mean, you can't see it, but I'm doing like the, you know, neck thing, like slit neck thing. But someone needs to take that guy out.
So you gotta hold it out. So because, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna have kids, but they're coming to you.
So the problem with that is that now he has kids too, and maybe he's actually, I don't know, like, hell is frozen over. Maybe he's actually nice to them, so like getting rid of him actually might ruin another set of kids. But assume that's not happening, and he's just tormenting them too. So something needs to be done? Question mark, or investigated at least. Can someone give this woman justice, please? I'm assuming this last one.
Transition into this next one.
Why?
My grandma has a vibrator.
Huh?
Huh? I mean, there's less than 5 minutes left. Is that? Don't steal it again, please. Like, please stop using your family's fallacies of enjoyment, is what I called it the other day. Like, please stop. Because again, like I said before, if I had a nickel for every time, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Come on. Not a third time.
For real.
My grandma has a vibrator.
How old is she?
Or how old is the grandma?
Okay.
Vibrator.
Yeah. How long?
Yeah.
How long has it been used?
Buzzing around, you know? About a year ago, my grandmother fell ill and was hospitalized, and this was a pretty stressful situation for my family. You know, we had quite a bit of loss in our family over the past few years, so it was natural for us to be a little wary and cautious. Time passes, and it's now time for my grandmother to be discharged. But she needed a caregiver. She lives alone, so because she has a capable son with a house, it was decided that she would stay at our home. Because of this, me and my other siblings had to go to my family member's home for about a month while she was recuperating in my room. This is very important. During quarantine, I was and burned out. So exploring myself was obviously the right thing to do in this moment. And one day, I was just online shopping on Urban Outfitters and randomly came across vibrators that were on sale. You should have gone to Lilo. None of this would have happened if you went to Lilo. I'm just kidding.
Again, that was the ad at the beginning.
I didn't even know that Urban Outfitters sold vibrators, but I had never had a sex toy
I
before.
feel like almost everyone does at this point.
And I was willing to try it out. But yes, they were pretty cheap, only like $15. So I bought a couple of tops and the vibrator, and I anxiously waited for a couple of days. I received it, and I guess I'll spare y'all the dirty details of my fun times. I decided to hide it between the box spring and the frame of my bed. You wouldn't be able to see it without moving the mattress, and it was easy to access, you know what I mean? If I had known about what would happen next, I probably wouldn't have put it there. So I am away from home for about a month, and honestly, I sort of forgot about the vibrator. I mean, I wasn't always thinking about flicking the bean, you know? I had talked to my mom before I'd gotten back home, and she said she wanted to get me new bedding and stuff, because my grandma had skin, and it was gross. I get home, my parents had gotten me a new mattress. Amazing. But what about my friend that was behind the box spring? Because it was gone. I didn't know what to do, so I didn't say anything. I mean, who asked their parents if they had, hey, have you seen my vibrator anywhere? No. Weeks went by, and my dad gets a text from my grandma with a picture of my blue speckled vibrator in her hands, asking what it was and why it was packed in her bag. She even told him that it had batteries in it. I am...
How did she get a hold of it? And there's no way she doesn't know what it is. Is she playing dumb or what?
literally screaming, thinking about this. My mom comes to me and is like, do you know what this is? And I sat there looking at her in the picture like, so I just told her. My mom said that she packed in my grandma's bag because she thought it was a massager from my grandma's, you know. So I begged her not to tell my dad because who would want their dad to know that they're pleasuring themselves in the front room? Like, ew. My mom is a real one and told me that she would tell my dad that it was hers. Also, she told me that the vibrator had been sitting on the floor with my grandma's other stuff in the hallway for weeks before she finally put it in the bag and dropped it off. If I had just looked at the stuff in the hallway, this would have all just been avoided. To this day, this haunts me. My mom and I never spoke about this again, but she did leave a tidbit of information before we ended our convo. You know that feels really different from a penis, right?
So which one's better?
Yikes.
What, Mom? What?
I don't know where the vibrator is today, but RIP, my blue speckled friend and my pride. This whole story is TMI, but my blue friend has now been replaced with a purple one. Yay.
So Grandma doesn't have a night vibrator.
Okay, well, misleading title. I thought this was gonna be even way worse than that. Like the grandma got a hold of it and used it, and it's like, and really a third time. I mean, she's an old lady, but it's still a third woman stealing phallics of enjoyment. I mean, because you're all girls at heart, right? But like, come on. But at least it wasn't a third time of phallic of enjoyment theft.
She did. She missed out on the opportunity
Dang.
to really go at it, you know what I mean? Yeah, listen, when I'm a grandma, you're gonna be finding all sorts of Lilos in my... Because you know what? I'm about to die. And I don't even care if I'm traumatizing my grandkids.
Just enjoy life.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna pass it down to her.
Make a
Here's my
legacy.
Lilo collection.
you never really own a vibrator.
Your mirror.
I feel like, what, 30 years, we'll say, she'll consider herself to be old. You might just like be hooked up to a chair, right? Just goggles on your head, machine encasing your body. That might be what life is in 30 years. You never know. So you might not need one of those phallics of enjoyment. You might just be hooked up to a machine that does all that for you, question mark.
Merely taking care of it for your next generation.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's why like grandparents just fart.
Huh?
I hope you found a new hiding
Huh?
spot for your purple friend. But if you need a new friend, check out the link in the description for the Tiani duo. And if you guys have more of these emotional roller coaster stories, I'm gonna leave that linked in the comment and in the description. We literally have so much fun reading your confessions. I cry, I laugh, and now I have a hairy butthole. Maybe I'll send you pics one day. Maybe.
This weird Korean thing. Wait, what? Send pictures of what? Yeah. I'm like, I barely caught that because I was already commenting on the weird Korean saying, and then she's like, "I'll send you pictures." Like, huh? What is going on in this episode today? That's basically it. There's like 7 seconds left. We're done. But yeah, that was that episode. That freak episode of just so many like gross extracurricular things happening today. Also some sad stuff, obviously, some messed up stuff. Unfortunately, that is that. Not much to say about today's episode other than we already talked about, right? Again, Koei, we'll see. Oh, the pink thing is, so let me get rid of that. I put the pink bottle on the screen as a joke earlier. Yeah, we'll see how this turns out if I remember how to make it or whatever. It's probably going to be packed with like 4 pounds of broccoli though, so I'm going to add that on top of that. So hopefully that is pretty good. Though the HEB broccoli over here has been kind of gross. I don't know what's going on. Like I can smell it through the bag. It's like, why does this smell bad? And then eating it, it's like, this doesn't taste good. So it might actually ruin the ramens. I need to find like a bag that I have of broccoli that actually seems like it's good. Because I feel like they're just putting rotten broccoli on the shelves over there for some reason. I have a lot of bags of broccoli, so I just have to figure out which one is not, or doesn't smell bad. Not necessarily smell bad, but just smells gross. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how I enjoy that tomorrow. I don't think we have anything else to say. Also, I love this meme. I put it on the screen earlier. I love this. Like, you just had to kill him. I don't know why. I just love this image. Anyways, though, I think we are done. Yeah, we're done. We're good. So yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, think about becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you can watch them, and subscribers. And don't forget we have a throne now as well. And shout out to the members. EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Also, it is 8:04 p.m., so you know exactly when this video goes up, how long it took to upload it and get processed by YouTube, because it is 8:04 right now. It'll probably be like 8:30 maybe when YouTube gets its act together, because this video is going to get uploaded in like 2 minutes maybe. It's going to take that long to upload, so it's all up to YouTube on what they want to do. Yeah, so cuties, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. Another do. See you.